Hey fam, welcome back. It is your favorite life and relationship strategist, MarshaunO, and today I want to talk to you about your expectations within your marriage, within your relationship, within your engagement, everything that you can think about. How do you expect to get what you want, what you need, what you desire from your spouse if you never communicate those things? A lot of times we think, we hope, we pray, we wish that our spouses could just read our minds and just do the very thing that we want them to do. Unfortunately, bruh, doesn't work that way. We have to use this thing right here, our mouth, and share what you need, share what you want, share the desires of your heart with the very one that you lay next to every night or most nights or some nights, okay? Depending on where you at. Anywho, so I'm going to give you 5 ways to just some things to think about when you are thinking about how you are going to get what you expect, i.e. your relationship expectations. The very first thing is that you have to be mindful of the things that you expect. See, being mindful about the things that you expect in your relationship is going to be the only way that your partner is going to know. But before your partner even knows, it's going to be the only way that you'll be able to relate these things. You have to know what these things are. So be mindful of what your expectations are. Anytime anybody goes into a relationship and they just willy-nilly about things, they just going with the flow, they don't really know what they want. Number one, if you don't have a goal, your wants, you never can achieve it, getting it. So you have to know what you want. Be mindful of the things that you want so you can express these things, share these things, and your partner will have a higher chance of actually meeting your needs. Does that mean that you're going to get everything that you are relating and sharing with your spouse? Absolutely not. If you're thinking that, you are sadly mistaken, and relationship is not for you. However, if you do communicate these things, you increase your chances of actually experiencing and getting the very thing that you expect, i.e., you expecting your partner or your spouse to be your mind reader when in fact none of us are. So be mindful of it. The second thing is, do not be afraid to ask for what you need. See, a lot of times, the things that come in our very mind, we shy away from. We get scared about them. We don't verbalize them. We thinking about the judgment. What will my partner say about me? How will I be perceived? Will they look at me differently? Forget all that. Because when you're in a relationship, especially when you're in a marriage, that person is supposed to be able to love you, flaws and all. And so if whatever that need is, that expectation that you have, that you expressing to him, that you're expressing to her, and for some reason they can't meet it, then okay, that's fine if they can't meet it. But don't be afraid to actually speak it, to say the words to him or to her, because then you'll never be able to get it. And then maybe because you can't express yourself with your spouse, maybe you decide that, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and creep over here because actually I was having this inappropriate conversation with my coworker or inappropriate conversation with my whomever. And I actually still want to experience this thing. I really want to be able to express this with my wife. I really want to be able to express this with my husband, but I really just cannot because I'm so afraid of how they're going to take this information, how they're going to perceive me afterwards. Are they going to look at me like I'm a dirty, nasty stank for wanting this thing? But if you can't tell your spouse about the very thing that you may perceive or think is nasty, stank to do, that you expect, you want to be freaky, you want to try this. If you can't be all the way real with your spouse, then you are going to be in a world of trouble. And the thoughts about cheating or extramarital affairs, whatever clean words you want to insert there, okay? You're going to be thinking about still finding a way to fulfill that particular fantasy. And after a while, this is a bonus right here, okay? After a while, after you have talked about this thing so much, after you have thought about this thing so much, and you have not even shared it with your spouse, or if you have shared it with your spouse, but for some reason you can't let this thing go and you continue to talk about it with somebody else, you're going to find a way to fulfill that need because you keep talking about it and that desire is rising and rising and rising. And at some point you have to fulfill that desire. Why not man up, woman up, and talk to your spouse about the thing that you are afraid to ask him, that you're afraid to ask her? Yeah, I'm waiting. Number 3, continue to navigate changing expectations. Continue to navigate changing expectations because what you want today, you might not want in the next 5 years. Just think about your life, and I'll talk about me specifically. When I was in my 20s, I wanted so many different things. And now that I'm in my 40s, the things that I wanted in my 20s they don't match up. So I'm continuing to navigate through my expectations, specifically in the relationship, because what I wanted in a relationship in my 20s, I still want in my 40s, but now I have a clear picture of what they are. Clear. Very clear picture. From the 20s, I was trying to guess. I'm trying to think. I'm like, okay, well, this sounds good. All right, let me try this. In my 40s, damn it, I know what I want. So I'm able to continue to navigate through my expectations that change year after year, month after month. Listen, what I can say today, I might want to change it tomorrow. Okay. But I need to be able to express my expectations to my husband. And you have to do the very same thing with your wife, with your husband, with your fiance, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, whomever you are in a relationship with. You have to be able to express those things to him or to her as well. Number 4, enjoy your relationship the way it is today. See, yes, this is a way that you can manage your relationship expectations, because a lot of us are living or trying to live in the future, the what if. We're not focusing on what we actually have right now. And what you have right now could be such a beautiful thing, but you can't even sit in the moment. You can't even sit with it because you're so focused on tomorrow, the future. What am I going to do next? Sit in what your relationship looks like today. If you don't like it, you have the choice to change it. If you love it, then continue to live that life, but enjoy what you have today. Because as somebody put it, and I don't even remember where this originally came from, but the saying is, you're either going through a problem, you just came out of a problem, or you're getting ready to go through another problem, right? So you're either in a problem, you just came out of a problem, or you're getting ready to go through another problem. That's how life is. Life is cyclic. You have your mountains and valleys, mountains and valleys, mountains and valleys, mountains and valleys. It's really how you show up during the process and the person that you become in the process by going through your mountains and your valleys. Who are you becoming? That and in your relationship, specifically for your expectations, this is no different. This is no different. So enjoy where you're at right now, especially if you're in a happy moment. And even if you're in a sad moment right now, still celebrate and enjoy that, because at some point, this is some type of lesson that you're supposed to be learning. Maybe you're sitting in this valley for longer than you want, but look at it and celebrate it like, okay. And if you're a believer like I am, maybe you can specifically talk to God and say, God, what is the lesson? What is it that you need me to learn today? Why am I here? Why am I actually sitting in this valley so long? Like, for real, I'm actually tired of this, God, right now. So what you could do, you could just tell me, show me, validate what it is. What is the lesson in this? Because obviously I didn't get it the first 10 times. And now I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. So reveal it to me. So you can be all the way real with God like that. Because that's how I talk to God, especially when I don't be understanding some things. I don't be understanding some things. Enjoy your relationship wherever it is. Highs, lows, flatlining. Wherever it's at, enjoy it. And if you don't like it, change it. The last and final thing, in order to manage your relationship expectations, is to never, ever assume that your partner or spouse is just supposed to know. Like he or she is your mind reader and they're supposed to just know how to treat you, how to talk to you. Now that there are some things that are given on how to talk to you, but how you want to be treated, what actually makes you happy, and happy in the sense that you can put that your spouse can put a smile on your face, because you are in charge of your own happiness. So let me just make sure that I say that, because you are. However, your partner, your spouse can add to your happiness, and if they're doing the things that you want, that you like, of course they're gonna add and make you smile. Of course they are. Like, that only makes sense. So never assume that your partner's there it is right there. I'm leaving that in there. Never assume that your partner or spouse knows what you need out of the relationship, especially since you're continuously growing in your relationship. You're continuously growing in your relationship. So while you are on that growth path, your partner needs to understand and know what it is that you need. Will know what it is that you expect. So make sure that you take the time to have this very important conversation, especially if you have not had this type of conversation ever or in a while. It is time for you to man up, to woman up. And if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired, reach out to your girl. I can help you out all the way. Let's set up a session. Comment down below if you need my help, or just reach out to me. And some of you guys have actually been sending me messages saying that how do you actually message me? It's down in the description box below where my email address is. Just send it to my email address. All right? And then we can get you all squared away and get your relationship back on track. And I will talk to you guys very, very soon.